Hello everybody, this is the second video that I'm going to be doing in our series. This is going to be an editing video because we've got some tracks that don't line up. This can be used to put new notes, move a note here or there. Say you got one drum hit, it's just out of place or whatever. You can slice it and move it around. Well, right here in this particular song, we've got the bass track, and then we've got this bass fixed and bass BIP, which means bounce in place. So the problem with this is it's not exactly fixed where it needs to be, and this was a problem that we had when we were mixing it last year. So if you listen, here's where we come in.
Just for fun. See my
right here, there's no bass. And when it comes in, it's going to be the
know it's true. And see my face.
Okay, so the problem is that this track actually is just a duplicate of the other track. So I'm going to show you how to take that out. So if I just hit delete, it gets rid of the region. However, the track's still here. If I hit delete again, it stays. So what you need to do is go up to track and bring it down to remove track. That'll get rid of that. However, we still need to move this over here because what I found out after playing around, so I've kind of save some time by not showing you this, but there's a section right in here that needs to be removed, and this needs to be placed all the way over here, like somewhere around here. So the way you can do that is by using these tools up here at the top. One of the tools is a pointer tool. That's to select things. This one's a marquee tool, which I'm going to be showing you, and that's how you can select things quickly and select an area. This knife tool is another thing you could use in the same way that I'm going to use this marquee tool. I think Studio One calls it something else. If you let the mouse sit there, it should tell me. It's not gonna. All right. This is an eraser tool, pencil tool, mute tool, and a preview tool. Mute tool, I can just click on this, mute a region, unmute it. The preview one, I can just click and just hear what's going on in that one track. So that's kind of fun. But here's the pointer tool. So another thing that you can see on here is here's my pointer tool, and this one here, if I hold down control, it'll do the job of the other tool. So if I want that, see how it switches to my marquee tool when I hold down control. That's the, I'm sorry, not control, command, the one that's right next to the space bar. So so if I select this, it does the same thing. If I come in here and I drag this out, it selects that area. I want it a little farther. All right. So once I do that, if I hit delete, it removes that chunk of the region. Another way to do this is to use instead I can use the knife tool. So right here's where I've got my marker, my playhead. If I go right here with the knife tool, it cuts it. And then if I go right here with my knife tool, it cuts it. And then I can go back to my pointer tool. Now, here's another fun thing about PreSonus, is that if I hit the number 1 key on the keyboard, it switches to my pointer. 2 is my marquee, 3 is my knife, 4 is my eraser, and so on, right? So those are on the number keys. So if I want to go from one tool to the next, because right here I don't want my knife anymore, I want it on the pointer. So I click on it. It still shows the pointer. It's a glitch. It's okay. I click on that, delete it. One way or another, it's the same thing. All right, so I need to move this. So I need my pointer tool. I drag this over, and it needs to be lined up right in here. The problem is it's snapping either too far back or too far forward. So what I need to do, I need to zoom in so I can see this stuff. Looks like part of my screen. Oh, there we go. So I need to zoom in. So I can do this to zoom in widthwise, and I can do this to zoom in height-wise. So I can see the different tracks. So I'm going to be bringing this guy in, but I need to scoot that over. Moink. Then I can drag this over. I've got to move my pointer, otherwise it's going to lock in. But see how it's jumping? I'm not being able to move it right there without it jumping to the other one. That's your snap. So if I take this snap and change it from adaptive to frames, it's going to give me more control. Now what that means is you can get stuff farther out of time and that sort of thing. So I move this over and I can gradually move it over until it's lined up. Is that good? Let's hear it. Ooh, I put it in the wrong place. It's supposed to go here. Header.
See my face and know it's true.
There we go. Cool. So if I want to make these go together, I can drag this back out. Now, see this corner up here? That's my fade tool. See that corner there? That's my fade tool. So if I put these right here, what I can do is, actually I want to overlap them a little bit. Then I can drag this guy over this way a little bit. Oops. Oh, I want that the other way. Huh. Hang on. I might not need it. I don't need it. Yeah, never mind. I don't need the fade out. All right, so this should be lined up. Come down here to check, make sure it's...
I know it's true. See.
Now, there's one last part to this. Here's the rest of the song. So the last note of the song is wrong. I need it to be this note. Right? So what I need to do, grab my knife. Actually, I'll grab my marquee tool. I'll put it right here. Drag it that way. Drag this way. Hit delete. Move this guy over. Oh, I didn't have my pointer tool. Try that again. Move this guy over. Let's see if that's right. Now we're going to want it to be end right over here. So that might be a good place for the knife. So I press 3 on my keyboard. Boom. Knife. Press 1. Got my pointer. Click on that area. Delete it. I don't need it. And I can fade it out. And if you need to cover how much fade, like if you want it to, like I can make it so it fades really sharply or more gradual by grabbing that little thing there. Groovy. So that right there is editing your regions. So if you need to change stuff, move it around, adjust what plays when, this is how you do it. That's step 2.